Hi, how you doing?
Good and well, thanks. How are you?
Good. Owen.
Owen, I'm Andy. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Nice
sir.
to meet you.
Have a seat. Good to have you here.
Pleasure.
You're a big guy. You must be a basketball player.
Yes, I did 4 years in college. So.
Are you really?
Yeah.
You've been playing for a long time?
Well, yeah, most of my life. So.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was
Well,
quite
good for you.
It's given me a lot of experiences. So.
That's good. Were you always this tall?
Well, not always.
Not always?
For a long time now.
That's good. That's good. Well, just really excited to have you here. It's always good to have a couple of new applicants come in, especially when they're young and fresh out of college. You know, we really like to have applicants that we can mold to the school standards, and you know, we're just really glad to have you here. Saw you came from Eastern Mennonite. You know, we have a really good school there. We received a few applicants from there. Yeah, so let's just get the interview started. Why did you want to apply for this position?
Well, I'm fresh out of college, and I graduated with my teaching degree, and I'm really looking to have a teaching job at the high school level. I really value just working with students, you know, around that age, teenager age, and I just, you know, I'm trying to have a good income here, and I'm really looking forward to teaching. So.
Good. Good. That's good. You went to college. Obviously, you got your secondary ed major.
That's correct.
And your math is what you're looking to get into,
Yes,
correct?
hopefully, yes.
Okay, great. What motivates you to be a math teacher at the high school level?
Well, like I said previously, I really value students and the experiences and just the personalities that they have. I think every student has something to offer in the classroom, and if you're able to really create a learning environment, not only are you able to teach your students, but you're able to learn from them as well. And that's the beauty of being in a classroom on a daily basis, that you're always learning. Whether it be from your colleagues or your own students, and so hopefully I can create that learning environment on a daily basis. And I've also been motivated from teachers in the past that have been able to do that for me, and hopefully as I become a teacher I can do that for my own students.
It's good. It's very good. Where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
Well, 5 years from now I hope to be in the classroom teaching students. That's really what I want to do with my life, and I think, you know, if not here, hopefully somewhere along the line I'll be able to teach math and just really enjoy myself. So.
Good. Well, we definitely want people who aren't just, you know, sitting down for one day and then walking out the next. So it's good that you have plans to be teaching for a long time. We like to keep a low turnover if at all possible. We really want the students to be able to know what they expect when they move into this type of, you know, school experience, and it's good to have people here for a prolonged period of time. So that's great. What consideration have you given in your future to furthering your own education?
Well, when I look at my future, I kind of look at short-term and long-term goals, and I believe that a short-term goal I have, maybe within the next 3 to 7 years, would be obtaining a master's degree in education. I really value education, learning from a very young age, and I think that one way to show your students that, you know, you really want them to keep learning and valuing school is that you yourself are continuing your education.
Leading by example.
Yes, exactly. Try to become a role model for your own students. You know, living by what you say, living and doing, not just saying.
Right.
And then as a long-term goal, I really would like to pursue a doctorate degree, although that would be longer down the line. So, but it's definitely in my head as a goal. So.
Good for you. You definitely are a lifelong learner.
Yes.
Good.
Exactly.
So this will be your first job coming out of college. You just graduated this
Yes.
Okay,
this
wow.
past spring.
Wow, good for you. Okay. So you're very fresh, which isn't a bad thing because everybody needs their first job. So coming from the college setting, how do you feel that, you know, your classes that you took, the practicums, maybe student teaching, how do you feel those prepared you for actually teaching at the high school level?
Right. Well, EMU has done a very good job, I believe, in preparing me. I've been able to log many hours through practicums and through my student teaching actually here in Harrisonburg, so I'm very familiar with a lot of the Harrisonburg public and private schools because I've been involved in them both at the middle school and high school level. And I believe, you know, coming out of college, I think I have new, fresh perspectives on education, on different learning methods I can apply to help students achieve their potential. And I just, you know, I think they've done a great job preparing me, and I don't think I will have any problem with that. So.
Good. What were the schools that you were at that you did your student teaching and practicum at?
I did one student teaching at Thomas Harrison Middle School,
Okay.
and then I did another one at Broadway High School.
Okay. What'd you like better?
I like them equally.
Good answer. Good answer. All right. Now, what is your greatest fear about being in the classroom?
That's a good question. I think my greatest fear is not being able to reach my students every day. You know, you as a teacher, you really strive to have your students want to become lifelong learners. And my greatest fear is that in such a large classroom, you have many students, you see many students throughout the day, is that I really want to reach every student that I can, and I don't want to leave any out. And you know, it's going to be a privilege to be able to be a teacher, and hopefully I can reach these students and just show them what a value education can really be.
Well, that's a very legitimate fear. A lot of teachers still deal with that on a day-to-day basis. So that might not be the kind of situation that you're going to be able to overcome, you know, in a day, in a week, in a month, maybe even your first few years. But it's definitely an admirable goal to be able to reach all of your students on some level or another. And you know, you do your job and you hope to do the best you can to reach as many people as you can. But it's a very legitimate fear. Let's see. What kind of a background do you come from, Owen?
I come from a mainly homogeneous background.
Okay.
I've attended private school most of my life.
Okay.
Although it has been primarily white, it's not all white. And obviously going here to Eastern Mennonite in Harrisonburg, it's a religiously affiliated school. So
Right.
And,
Right.
yeah.
When you, obviously Harrisonburg's a really diverse culture here, you know, you have a big Hispanic population, you know, particularly, you know, that ethnicity, but also African Americans. How did you feel, you know, being acclimated into, you know, schools where you have people that are a lot different from yourself? I mean, you said you came from largely white area, or white private schools. Was that a difficult transition for you, or did you find that you were able to adapt pretty quickly dealing with people of other races?
I don't think it was a difficult transition. It definitely was a new experience for me. As we mentioned earlier, I had the opportunity to play basketball in college, and I can't take away from how valuable that experience really was. I had the opportunity to tutor many of them, and so I got to experience their struggles and their successes in the classroom, and it was motivating for me being able to help them and watch them succeed in some situations where the expectations that they had weren't as high as for other students, and which is sad to see sometimes. You know?
I agree.
So, as far as the other ethnicities in the Harrisonburg area, I think throughout my practicums I've had multiple experiences with other ethnicities and the diversity in the area, and I have had no problem personally with that. I just really think it's a great experience.
Good.
That's one of the things that Harrisonburg really, you know, has that helps it separate it from other counties and other areas, and hopefully, you know, I can learn from them, learn about their cultures, and they can learn about maybe some customs and traditions that I have, and it can be just a reciprocal relationship there.
See, as coming into this, you really are looking to gain a lot from your students, as almost as much as your students are looking to gain from you. I think that's very good. Let's wrap this up with one more question, if you don't mind.
Sure.
What specific qualities do you have that make a good teacher? Kind of tilt yourself up a little bit here, if you can.
All right. Well, I think one of my best traits would be that I'm very organized,
Okay.
and I really like to be prepared for my classes and for every situation that I face. I think students really appreciate a teacher that gives them timely feedback, and I think it really adds to their learning experience.
Absolutely.
When they're able to know, you know, right away how they did on an assignment, on a project, on their test, and they're able to adjust their own learning methods accordingly. They're not waiting for a teacher, you know, to get something back a week or two later. And so I think that's one of my best strengths. I also like to think that I'm very relatable to other people, both to students, my own colleagues, and even students' parents. And I think that'll be a strength as I, you know, look for
parent-student relations and other things like that.
Very good. All right, Owen. Well, hey, it was a pleasure to meet you. We're glad you stopped by, and
Thank you.
We'll be getting in touch with you shortly.
All right. Have a good day.
Thank you. You do the same.